Hello YouTube, this is my first ever video, so I'll try and keep it a bit shorter than my typical videos. This channel is going to be focused on Transformers, Marvel, and DC lore, theories, as well as news currently going on throughout the internet. The topic of this video will be looking into all of the wasted potential in the movie franchise of Transformers made by Michael Bay. Some storylines as well as characters were wasted, and Bay's choice, no, just Michael Bay being himself, ruined the franchise indefinitely. I myself love Transformers and am a huge fan, from reading all of the comics to watching every animated show, from the original G1 all the way to the recent Prime. I apologize to anyone if they disagree, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. To start things off, we'll be talking about what went wrong with the franchise. We could talk about that for hours, so I'll sum it up to a couple things, with the first being the focus of the movies. The franchise has always been shown to focus more on the humans and how they react to the Transformers' existence. And while this is necessary in any Transformers media, making it the main focus degrades the plot. Sam Witwicky and his loved ones were the main characters in the first three movies, and while somewhat decent to begin with, over time you grew to dislike them. They became something of a distraction to the story, as well as later on in the franchise, extremely useless and annoying. What's the point of having an alien war consume Chicago and have a college kid and his model of a girlfriend run around? It's just stupid, and it ruins the plot. Bay made it a little better in the fourth movie by making less annoying characters like Cade Yeager and his daughter, but still, he focused on them more than the actual Transformers. The first half of the movie is revolved around them, and less about the actual Autobots, who should be the main focus of every movie, with the humans being in the back. The second issues of the Transformers movies by Michael Bay were the sexual jokes and innuendos that were concurrently all throughout the movie. As a 5-year-old, you don't get them and are in awe at the movies, but watching them at a later date shows just how immature Michael Bay is, and some of the problems with this franchise is with the amount of jokes. If a fixing of the franchise occurred, they would have to go. The latest one, The Last Night, is a major culprit of this, and the commercial as well as critical failure of the movie are due to audiences not appreciating the dry humor. The last major problem I will list is one that stuck with a lot of hardcore Transformers fans. The killing of characters for no apparent reason other than to kill them disheartens people to these movies. With plenty of Autobots and Decepticons such as Jazz, Starscream, Shockwave, Soundwave, RC, Ironhide, Ratchet, Devastator, and so many more. These characters have been around for ages, and they had plenty of potential as well as multiple stories that could have been used in future movies. These three issues are just a couple problems that were hanging on people's mind. Now, even though I've said a lot wrong with this franchise, it is surprisingly salvageable. There are a lot of good things that came from some of the failures in these movies, some being the action, which was gruesome at times, such as Optimus ripping Blackout's face with 2 hooks, or Chromia getting obliterated by a missile. They were also very good, and they kept you entertained while watching the movie. Another huge plus were the visuals, which were beautiful. Using real-life cars as well as IMAX cameras made some of the shots stunning to look at, and that's shocking considering it's a Michael Bay movie, and there weren't a bunch of explosions going off for no apparent reason. While making certain characters tamer than their typical self, Skids and Mudflap, he also made others more badasses than they already were, such as Ironhide and Sideswipe. If you couldn't tell by the many hints in this video, I really despise Michael Bay. Though he made some of the best guilty pleasure movies to watch at, it's so displeasing to see some of your favorite characters from your childhood dead, because one man can't film a movie, but instead make a porno with robots as the subplot. He took 2 of my favorite villains of all time, Starscream and Shockwave, and made them into 2 of the worst incarnations of their characters. While Starscream's G1 personality was mostly intact in the movies, his appearance was atrocious. He went from a treacherous and lovable villain to a Dorito-shaped and oil-spitting cannon fodder. In the entire trilogy, he had one cool fight scene, and that lasted like 40 seconds. In the second one, Shockwave was mute. A character known for talking logistics was mute. He is known for being able to wreck Autobots and be a complete killer, but yet he dies within 5 seconds of screen time. But just the fact of him being mute is horrifying alone. There's not one incarnation of Shockwave out of the dozen there is where he is mute, and his famous line is saying whether it is logical or not to proceed. Not one mention of that. His only line in the entire film is saying Optimus in a gravelly voice, and his only fight scene in the entire movie is dying by Optimus. Not even fighting him, just getting his eye ripped out, and that's it. I'm getting a bit heated, so this is where I'll end the video. My words are getting jumbled up, and I don't want this video to be a mess. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. The next video is going to hopefully be about all of the Autobots and Decepticons that weren't used in the movies that hopefully can show up. And yeah, I'll try and post as much content as I can, and have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Peace.